You're about to yawn. No, seriously. Just reading the word yawn a few times, your brain already started getting ready to do it. And it has nothing to do with being tired. It has to do with something much deeper, with what makes you human. Think about it for a second. You see someone yawn on the subway, and you yawn too. You're on a video call, someone yawns, and within 3 seconds, half the team is doing the same thing. Even your dog can catch your yawn. This happens every day, everywhere, and you never asked yourself why. Most people think it's just shared tiredness, but science discovered that contagious yawning is actually a direct window into how your empathy works, and what it reveals about your brain is more unsettling than you'd think. Let's start with the basics. Between 60 and 70% of people yawn if they see, hear, or even read about someone yawning. It's one of the most contagious behaviors that exist, even more than laughter. But here's the strange part. Babies don't catch it. That ability only shows up between the ages of 4 and 5. And that's no coincidence. It's exactly the age when children start developing what psychologists call theory of mind, the ability to understand that another person has thoughts and feelings different from your own. But what nobody expected is that this exact age marks the start of something that will stay with you for the rest of your life. In 2005, a neuroscientist named Stephen Platek put people inside a brain scanner while they watched videos of people yawning. He found that the same region lit up as when we feel empathy, the medial prefrontal cortex, linked to the mirror neuron system. That's the circuit your brain uses to feel what someone else feels just by watching them. And then came the most interesting finding of all. Platek measured each participant's empathy level with a psychological test. The people with the highest empathy scores were the ones who caught yawns the most. The ones with colder, more emotionally distant traits barely yawned at all when watching others do it. But what nobody expected is that this finding would turn into a clinical diagnostic tool. Later studies found something that changed how certain conditions are understood. Children on the autism spectrum, who tend to process social empathy differently, catch yawns far less often than everyone else. And in another study, adults who scored high on psychopathic traits showed the same pattern, almost total immunity to other people's yawns. That doesn't mean they feel nothing. It means the automatic emotional mirror circuit, the one that makes you yawn without thinking, runs at a different intensity. It's as if contagious yawning were a test your brain passes or fails without you even knowing, hundreds of times a day.
But what nobody expected is that this phenomenon isn't exclusively human. In 2008, researchers in London studied domestic dogs and found they catch yawns from humans. But not from just any human. Dogs yawned far more when the yawn came from their owner than from a stranger. The emotional bond mattered more than simply seeing the gesture. Wolves in a pack do the same thing with each other, and there's evidence in chimpanzees and bonobos too. In every case, the pattern repeats. The closer the social bond, the stronger the contagion. This suggests that yawning in a chain isn't some meaningless biological accident. It's a social signal, a kind of invisible glue that syncs up a group. But what nobody expected is that the evolutionary reason behind all this comes down to something as simple as temperature. There's a theory, backed by studies from Princeton University, that says yawning literally cools your brain. Opening your jaw that wide lets in a rush of cold air that lowers the temperature of the blood flowing to your skull. A cooler brain works with more focus and more speed. Now picture this in a group of early humans, tens of thousands of years ago. Standing watch together at night, if one of them spots a threat and yawns to snap back into alertness, and that yawn chains through the rest of the group, the whole group becomes more alert at the same time. Contagious yawning may literally have been a collective alarm disguised as a sign of tiredness. And here's the fact you're going to take home with you. In studies where people were simply asked to read the word yawn over and over, the way you just did throughout this very video, more than half of them ended up yawning within 5 minutes. No image was needed, no sound was needed, just language. Just the idea was enough to trigger that mirror circuit in your brain.
So if you yawned at any point during this video, you just confirmed in real time something neuroscience took 20 years to prove. In the end, a gesture as simple as a yawn turns out to be one of the most honest indicators of how connected your brain is to the people around you. The next time someone yawns near you, they're unknowingly measuring your level of empathy. How many times did you yawn while watching this video? Tell me in the comments. And if this fact blew your mind, hit like and subscribe, because every week we dig up a question you never thought to ask but can no longer ignore.